Tamo, floor is yours.
And with that being said, I I
No.
understand them trying to get their money. Like we understand. First of all, we already talk about the Amazon games and just how they're broadcasted, and then the players like sometimes they come in off of a Sunday night and then they gotta play Thursday, and the product is just not the same. But these doubleheader Monday nights, like how are they putting these together? Like I understand 7:30 is a prime time for some people, but you're supposed to be watching Refuse to Lose. Ain't nobody worried about the Dolphins. No, I'm playing. Dolphin fans gonna attack me. I don't want no fans up. But after Monday night, Mason Rudolph showed him that he could still throw a touchdown. Because the Titans, Will Levis kind of got hurt, so that's why he got subbed out. But the Titans win. Wait, I think I'm reading this incorrectly. Am I
They
reading this
won.
right? No, I know they won, but 31
Yeah. Your
to
boy
12?
got yeah.
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
The Titans.
Yes. The mighty Titans.
Like Tua or not Tua, B. You know what I mean? Because that's what this offense is looking like. Ever since Tua went down with the concussion in that game, the Dolphins have been trying to find I would say their wave because they
Mm.
can't find it right now. They're getting drowned out by a lot of things. They got the outside stuff that happened with Tyreek Hill, and now Tyreek Hill's on the sideline saying, like, why y'all can't give me the ball? They got backup quarterbacks left and right just coming in, and Mike McDaniels is just I think that's the best thing outside of the Will Levis running memes is in the NFL because showing him on the sideline, him just being like what y'all want me to do? I was like, you the guru when you had Tua, but now, yo, let's talk about this game, man. Fins
Yeah.
up, finned out,
Yeah.
fend for yourself. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know.
Man, listen, shout out to my bro J Mo in the chats right now. He's a Dolphins fan. For some reason, his YouTube picture is a Dolphins color. I don't think that was about on purpose.
I know that's the timing, right?
Exactly. So, but look, first I want to say this before I dive into the actual game, Tomo. For everybody that says two is trash, I hope you show some appreciation right now. All right. Shout out to my boy Devore. He always going my boy Tua and say he trash. Devore, I hope you gain some type of appreciation. All right. I'm gonna pull the curtain a little bit. I'm gonna pull the curtain with, me and Devore. I wrote Devore. I was like, I'm trying, Thursdays, a members only episode. We got some matchups, right? So I'm like, you know what? Patriots and Dolphins play. I remember Devore had a lot to say about the Patriots on the panels. Let me hit him
He
out and see if he want to talk to
did.
Teddy. I said, hey, you think y'all gonna win? No, we gonna lose. We the worst team in the league. I was like, oh snap. I was like,
Sheesh.
dang. So, but Tua, man, I want to say this. Tua, if Tua would have played, that game would have been a whole 180. It would have been a different game. So, for everyone that says that he needs Tyreek, Tua is nothing without Tyreek. I just want to remind y'all, with Tyreek Hill, Tua is 19-12. That's a 61% winning percentage. Without Tyreek Hill, he's 16-8. That's a 66% win percentage. And some of these dubs are before Mike McDaniel. So with Brian Flores, who didn't even want him as his QB. So just keep that in perspective. So Tua, yes, does he have a hard ceiling? He does. Like his ceiling, like it's like you hit it like this. It's like that. That kind of hurt a little bit. But yeah, it's a hard ceiling. But he's serviceable, especially in the system. Now the game, Tomo, I'm sitting back watching this game, right? And my brother's a Dolphins fan. I picked the Dolphins to win, and I root for the Dolphins because of my brother. Same thing I do with the Steelers, right? And I'm watching. I'm like, first drive, Will Levis being Will Levis. Shout out to Carl. Throws an interception right to the DB. I'm like, okay, cool. And then what they do? They run a reverse of Tyreek. He gets a big game. I'm like, okay, they're moving. And then what happens? Snoop throws a pass to Tyreek. He drops it. Defense the whistle blows. Defense picks it up, but whistle blow. Apparently, it was a fumble because it was a backwards pass. It was a lateral pass. So it was a fumble. So now it's a turnover. After that, it was over. Snoop was overthrowing. Now I see what Tyrone was talking about. Snoop was underthrowing Tyreek like crazy. He was overthrowing Tyreek. Jalen Waddle dropping crucial third down passes and stuff like that. I mean, it was just horrible. He was taking bad sacks. Snoop like getting negative plays, man. It was just crazy. A-Chain couldn't get a big run to save his life. His longest run was 5 yards. They had one decent run for real the whole game. But J-Mo, you in the comments, let me say this to you. It's time to tank. I'm sorry. And I ain't talking about for Shador. It's time to tank for Quinn Ewers. Let me tell you why.
I knew it.
Let me tell you why, though.
That's your quarterback. Go ahead.
You get Shador, that's going to be controversy because Tua's still there. Tua's got a higher contract. Shador going somewhere where he got to play right now. Deion Sanders is his dad. All the publicity, all that pressure on Mike on y'all team, y'all don't need that. Quinn Ewers will be perfect in this Mike McDaniel system. You can still roll with Tua next year if you want to, but if Tua gets hurt again, Quinn Ewers can step right in. So I think he'll be really good with his offense. So I think they should tank for Ewers.
That's insane. I'm trying to think because they say Tyreek only had 50 yards receiving, and I seen a graphic somewhere. I forgot what show it was, but I seen a graphic somewhere. They said week 1, 7 receptions, 130 yards, and a touchdown. That's from Tyreek, and of course we know who was there. Tua. Then from weeks 2 to 4, 10 receptions. How many yards do you think he got, Joe?
Oh man, 82.
If this is Price is Right, you might be coming on the stage. He got 87.
Dang, look like Brandon Ayuk.
Man. But Brandon Ayuk got his boy though, so there's a major difference there. And no touchdowns. So that right there shows you, like, when you said they was like Tua's trash. I mean, well, I guess one man's trash is another man's treasure because right now you need a little bit of that trash back on the field because Tyreek is missing him. Waddle. It's just like the whole offense. Normally, when we talk about offenses in the NFL, sometimes we always say it's either centered around the running back, they have a go-to receiver, or a tight end. And, of course, the quarterback is the most important person on the field. But it looks like this whole offense don't go without Tua. It's like Mike McDaniel is the evil genius, and Tua is his Frankenstein because when he's out there, all the speed is just right on time. Mm-hmm. Granted, last year the running thing was they can't be the winning team, but they was winning games. So it didn't matter if they were good or bad. Like they were finding ways to win games or they were finding ways to stay in the games. And your defense going to get tired. Like they're going to get tired. I think they ended up getting a fumble. And I'm trying to figure out, was that an interception or a fumble where Calais Campbell came over to him? It was like, man, you can't do that. That was a fumble. I think 45 had fumbled the ball.
You talking about the Dolphins turning the ball over?
The Dolphins, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't throw an interception yesterday.
So that had to have been a fumble because Calais, that's exactly when I had tuned in and Calais was like, what you doing? Like, we can't be doing that. We can't be doing that. And then I get on Twitter and I see Tyreek going off on the sideline, but they're showing Mike McDaniel and Tyreek is like, what a mystic sign is for me. He like, what's going on? Like J-Mo said, the dink and dunk offense, okay, I understand he's a backup quarterback and you don't want to unleash the offense, but at some point you got to be like, hey, we're going to try something here. And if he mess it up, then he just mess it up. Like we have nothing else at this point. Like nobody else is walking through that door unless y'all want to trade for Trey Lance. Now we could talk some things because I see Odell Beckham is just practice. And, you know, a team is looking for a number 2 wide receiver to step up. I'm just throwing some things out there. I know the Cowboys not going to do it. But again, to see your offense go from like high powered to now looking like you need a major tune up, it's looking like y'all was out there driving a Ferrari, but didn't know how to actually drive a stick shift. You try to do 200 in gear 1, and it was just all bad. Tank for Ewers. That's a lot, Joe, to say to give up on the season, though. It's only like they still got some games they could possibly squeeze out. Like they could possibly be competitive with the Patriots. Mm-hmm. Colts game, like Cardinals. I think the Bills, after what happened to the Bills, they're gonna try to find a way to beat every team after that. So I don't know. But there's some games that's winnable for them. I'm not saying they're gonna be a playoff team, but you never know what happens. And Carl just showed up. He believes in Snoop. So something may happen after this week.
I do want to, I'm with J-Mo right here. He said that, I'm gonna put it over here. He said that I know the offense is made for Tua, but with his injury history, you have to have a backup plan. That's true because everything is timing with Tua. But even with the type of offense they do with Tua, how they do the RPO and they throw across the middle, right? But they barely did that. They did that one time with Tyreek the whole game.
Yeah.
And then they did try to air it out like 3 times, and every time he missed Tyreek. Tyreek was beating his man, but Snoop was missing him. And then they did try to throw the Waldo across the middle on third down. He dropped it. I'm like, dang. Like moments like this, your guys got to step up. And that fumble I told you about, Tyreek dropped that. He should have got to catch that. It
Oh,
was
that pass was nasty. That
like,
was
come
nasty.
on. So it's like when your team is undermanned like that, you gotta the big dogs gotta step up. I like the fact that they early on they stopped doing this, but early on they were handing the ball all to Tyreek. They were finding ways to give Tyreek the ball, but they got away from that. I felt like, So, but man, it's looking ugly, Tombo. They got. I mean, it's looking ugly for Mike McDaniel because Mike McDaniel is looking like a one-trick pony right now.
I know. And it's like outside of course, like I said, like we all agree the quarterback is the main thing, but they getting weapons back. Like I just said, Odell was practicing now. It was like you kind of gotta like get over what you got going on with the Tua situation. Be like, what can Tyler do? Or I don't know. I mean, I think Skylar hurt too, but what can Tyler do? And I think Tyler can run his offense. I
Now,
think Huntley can do it.
if they can, I mean, when I saw yesterday, Tombo, that looked bad, but maybe he's
It
starting.
was. It
He's starting
was, but
next
I'm
week.
just saying.
I do think they need to go try to find a quarterback. Like if they can find the Jets are not giving not the Jets. The Jets are not giving up Tyrod Taylor because that's an insurance policy if someone having the Rodgers. But like a
He might
quarterback,
retire the way he been playing.
so like they had like a decent quarterback like that, then yeah. But if they rolling with the guys they got, now I do got to see Snoop one more game. That's only one game, first time starting since he fumbled on the goal line. So I got to see him play again. So I think that's the first time he started. But I got next game, man. They look horrible, Tomo. I mean, I don't know, man.
All right, so you still got Ryan Tannehill out there. I'm just trying to see. I can pull up some names, but the internet.
Or backup quarterbacks.
Yeah, nah, free agent quarterbacks. I'm saying instead of trying to trade for somebody, you can go get a Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill would be nice.
Yeah, that's the only name I see that they can go get.
And he a former Dolphin.
Yeah, that's the only name I'm seeing right now. Yeah. Ryan
I think Ryan
Tannehill.
Tannehill would be nice.
Yeah,
He'll be good, but nobody want him for some reason.
and I'm with you, Carl. I'm with you. A-Chain on my fantasy team. I was saying the same words in the locker room after the game. I was like, "Hey, man, you good, bro? But stop trying to bounce on everyone, bro. You gotta run downhill sometimes to give me these points.
No, that's fact,
y'all. 0.4 points a carry. Shout out
and
to
right. And everything is a pitch. My God, dang, hand the ball off sometimes, dog. That man's too finesse, man. God.
I think that's just the way the offense was. Yeah.
But they also were messing up like in the pre-snap. They were like in the like with the motion, they kept doing illegal motions. They kept getting hit with those penalties. That killed
And
them.
that's like 80% of their offense too.
Mm-hmm. That killed them. It was getting hit with endless penalties.
Now that you say that, J-Mo and Joe, y'all might be right. He might can't do this one because I don't think it was a lot of motion with the Ravens offense.
And
if I'm wrong.
And with the Titans, I kind of like their coach. I think the Titans defense is pretty decent. Now it's hard to judge them with this team but I think all year their defense has been pretty decent, pretty good. Will Levis though, man, jeez, that interception he threw Tomo was horrible. Dog. He threw it right to the DP.
Did you see the meme?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, they got me for every week for this dude.
It's ongoing, but it's like, bruh.
But Mason Rudolph came in and was serviceable. And your boy Tony Pollard playing good.
I knew he was gonna be all right. It's the year after. He was hurt. He was coming off the injury last year, and he was running decent. The speed burst wasn't there, but you got one more year. You ain't got to go through the recovery phase. You can actually practice and work out. I knew he was gonna be decent. You just couldn't afford him. They just let him walk.
Did you see the picture with his hair with y'all and his hair with the Titans? You ain't see that?
Nah, I gotta see that.
They showed him when he first got traded, when he first signed there, he had a hair full of hair. And they showed him like last week. He only got hair right here, bro. Like most of his hair is gone.
I bet.
I'm like, dang. I do like that coach though. He remind me of Matt LaFleur. Like I'm not talking about his play calling. I'm talking about like his attitude. I love his attitude. You know what I mean? So
they got a decent team. It's like you
Yeah,
trust
I
the
mean,
quarterback.
yeah, they got Pete, they got DeAndre Hopkins, they got what's the name?
Tyler
Calvin
Boyd
Ridley.
and Ridley.
Like they been using Colin really good, so it just like they limited with Will Levis.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
sorry,
mean,
J-Mo, man.
there's a team that wants DeAndre Hopkins, man. I don't know if Carl still want him, but I mean, he might be a one of those valuable candidates to get traded. I know we're gonna talk about that in the third segment, but let's roll over to